line nearly in sight. Thunderbolts try to hold off the Snowballs. Indigo Stars. And it will be the Thunderbolts challenged at the line. Snowy wins. The Snowballs miraculously have escaped elimination.
The Snowballs survived and advanced to the 2023 qualifiers. While few may have realized it at the time, this would be the turning point in the Snowballs' history. And this team had their sights firmly on greatness. First off, team pursuit, and the Snowballs send a message. They finish second just behind the Crazy Cat's Eyes. Next up, the sprint, and Coach Blizzard finally realized what they needed to do. They gave the start to Snowy.
Mandarin, Mimo, Yellow, and Snowy. Mandarin quick out of the gate. Snowy holding on to second place, but is slowly building up the speed. This is going to be close at the end, but Snowy will get the victory. Thousandths of a second was all that separated them. And Snowy gets the win here in Group A over.
It's over. The Snowballs have done it. 9th in the swing wave, 4th in the funnels from Snowfall, and it's official. The streak has ended. The Snowballs are Marble League bound. It didn't exactly get off to the greatest start, but hey, it's their first time here in 5 years. Last in team pursuit and 13th in steeplechase. But then it was hurdles, and by this point, Coach Blizzard and manager Avalanche had figured it out. It was Snowy time and they finished 5th. That got them out of last, but unfortunately next up was their worst event, block pushing. And a 15th place finish kept them in 15th overall. But don't worry, next up is the 5-meter sprint, and once again it was Snowy time.
For the eponymous team Momo. The final, Snowy, Rapidly, Razzie, and Bumble. Snowy with an early lead. Here comes Bumble on the bottom lane. Snowy holding it. Snowy will get the gold.
That win got the Snowballs out of the battle of the basement and up to 9th. But poor showings in tug of war, funnel endurance, and balancing pushed them down to 13th. Next up is triathlon. But there's absolutely no way that Snowy can go again. So Blizzard reaches for their old Marbula One teammate, Snowstorm.
Holding off Snowstorm. Snowstorm right down the middle, using the move that Blue Eye did to take the lead. Can Stinger make up that gap? Watch Blue Eye along the wall. Snowstorm leading them across the line for gold in the triathlon.
This win got the Snowballs back up to 9th overall. They would have some inconsistency the rest of the way. 2 medals after that, 3rd in the maze by Snowblast and 3rd in the sand rally by Snowy, kept them afloat. But 3 finishes in the bottom 3 prevented them from moving up anymore, and they stayed in 9th place at the end of the season. Thanks to this impressive performance, particularly in individual events, they were invited back to Marbula One. They had an obvious call using their Season 2 duo, Snowy and Snowstorm. And this is where the really fun part of Snowball's history begins. Snowstorm gets the start for the first race of the season at Tumult Turnpike. It's been a long time since they last competed, but back in Season 2 they D&Q'd half of the time. But Snowstorm has improved a ton in those 3 years. And they made that statement on the first day of the season.
Final lap, searching for pole position here, but Snowstorm is close with a head of steam. Around the chicane, Snowstorm goes up into the lead with half a lap to go, and Yellow Eye is suddenly back in it. 1 turn left, Snowstorm holds on, gets pole position for the opening Grand Prix of the year.
Snowstorm was unable to take the pole position to win, but they finished 4th, a very impressive start to the year. And remember, this is the Snowballs 2 racer. If Snowy can turn the clock back to Season 1, this could be a special duo. And at the Electron Expressway, it happened again.
That Marble's advantage trying to track down Snowy. Final lap. Not going to be close enough. Snowy goes wire to wire and wins pole position
Snowy held on to the lead for a long time, but lost it to Red Eye on the 8th lap. But these two would go back and forth the rest of the day, and it was very clear that the race would be won by one of these two.
False. What can Cerulean do? Red Eye for the final time through the accelerator. Needs to get this section perfect, and seemingly does. Red Eye will come from behind and win the Grand Prix over Snowy and Clementon.
So close. But this second place finish led to the Snowballs taking the points lead for the first time. Snowy continued the good momentum at the Raceway, qualifying in 3rd and finished 6th. But even with this good performance, the Snowballs lost the lead to the Crazy Cat's Eyes. But the Snowballs seemed to run out of gas after that. 13th by Snowstorm at Mo Motorway, 10th at Sakura Garden by Snowy, and 12th at Limelight Harbor by Snowstorm again. No terrible finishes, but all of them leave a lot to be desired. The Snowballs have fallen back to 5th with 4 races to go. Aquamarine seemed like another subpar race, as Snowy qualified in 13th, but they slowly and methodically worked their way up through the field. As the final laps go by, Snowy and Orangin go back and forth, and with 1 lap to go, it's anyone's race.
But can't be held, seesawing between Orangin and Snowy. No space between them. A bump on the curb switches positions. That's how close it is in the final lap. Orangin weaves around and wins the race at the Aquamarine.
Painfully close. Even worse, Snowstorm's mid-season slump continued at the P-Mine Tunnel, and the Snowballs fell back to 6th overall. 2 races to go, and the Snowballs need to make some magic happen. It's now or never. First, the Savage Speedway. Snowy is picked to race at the track they finished 3rd at in Season 1. Snowy qualifies 4th and immediately takes the lead on the first lap. For most of the race, Snowy and Siren roll 1 and 2, but then the GOAT decides that once again, it's his time. Red Eye moves into 3rd and then passes Siren for 2nd. But unfortunately for Red, there is no plot twist this time. There is no catching Snowy.
Momentum that could have been carried down through this drop. Snowy around the banking for the final time. Red Eye going to be unable to close the gap. Snowy around the final turn, and for the first time this season, wins at the Savage Speedway.
With this win, the Snowballs move up to 3rd place and eligible for the championship heading into the finale at Midnight Bay. But with Snowy competing this race, the Snowballs have no choice but to give the most important race in team history to Snowstorm. Snowstorm qualifies in 7th, but the bigger news is that the Crazy Cat's Eyes, the championship leaders, qualify back in 14th. Snowstorm might, just might, have a chance. The race starts, and it's immediately clear that Snowstorm is a marble on a mission. They move their way up to 2nd and begin battling with one of the best racers in the world, Cerulean. And on lap 7, they get their opportunity.
Top 5 every race this season. Cerulean off the curbs, a momentary lapse, and Snowstorm has gotten by.
With these positions, the Cat's Eyes provisional lead is down to just 5 points. Yellow Eye does begin moving up the order, but they're only able to move up to the bottom half of the top 10. Snowstorm still has a minute chance if they can take back the lead and Yellow Eyes fades, but any chance goes up in smoke when the infamous red flag comes out. Snowstorm did everything they possibly could, winning the first race of their career when the Snowballs needed them to the most. But Yellow Eye finishing 2nd clinches the championship for the Cats. Still, 2nd overall is a huge season for the Snowballs, and they now set their sights to the 2024 Marble League with higher hopes than ever. Snowy does well in the Ice Dash, 12th out of 28 teams, and they finish 4th in Halfpipe. And when Snowdrift and Snowblast finish 6th in the Snow Drag, they're just about guaranteed to qualify. But just to make sure, Snowstorm takes the win in Short Track, and the Snowballs finish 2nd out of 28 teams. This sends a message. The Snowballs are not just hoping to qualify anymore. They're here to compete. Unfortunately, things did not get off to a swimmingly start. Snowy qualifies 13th in ice dash, and the team finishes 13th again in halfpipe. Bobsled was an improvement in 8th, but after this slow start, the Snowballs kick it into another gear. Snowdrift and Snowblast continued to do well in snow drag, finishing 2nd, and the team finishes 2nd in biathlon. Those 2 medals propelled the Snowballs from 14th all the way up to 3rd. Snowstorm performs mediocrely at short track, but after that is ice hockey.
Snowballs and Chocolatiers. Chocolatiers must dig deep. They send a couple of shots to the near side, but they can't do it. Oh, good defense on the other side. And it stays in favor of the Snowballs.
The Snowballs move back up into 3rd and just 2 points back of the leading Cat's Eyes. But the team slumps once again during the middle stretch with 3 straight below average finishes. Snowstorm gets some of their momentum back with an 8th place finish, but the Snowballs are still in 9th overall. They need a marble to step up. And right when they need it, Snowfall brings the team back to life in Snowsnake.
An 80.51, that's pretty good for Snowfall. Swap lanes, tried again. And that one is out near 85, just shy of 85 for the Snowballs. 164-1-2. That puts them into 1st.
And then, with 3 events left and the Snowballs in 5th overall, Coach Blizzard decided that once again, it was snowy time.
It's here, but again, already cannot win the Marble League. Jungle Jumpers, Balls of Chaos, Snowballs, and Raspberry Racers for the medals. Snowballs, once again, trying to get off into the lead. The Jungle Jumpers like this event. Can they navigate through the trees? Well, they do, but then they get bonked to the side by the Raspberry Racers. They're going to do a run to the line. Snowballs will capture gold in the ski rally. In that bottom funnel, they are closing in on that drop and on the bronze medal. They're trying to keep it going and bump into Snowballs. That's not going to happen. Blackjacks get the bronze. Snowballs trying to swing out every opportunity they get to collect the Raspberry Racers. They won't do it.
Those 2 incredible performances led to a tie for the points lead with Team Momo. That tie, given the Snowball's superior medal count, goes to them. It all comes down to the elimination race. Snowy is not eligible to compete this event, but Snowstorm is. But Coach Blizzard decides to go with their snow drag competitor, Snowdrift.
Be very familiar to you. Some of these obstacles that maybe, depending on your team, you wished you would not have to see ever again. This is one of them. It's gone by many different names. The centrifuge. There is that swirling sign that can whack marbles in different directions. You see the clothespin snappers at the bottom. And this goes oh so quickly. The Snowballs have been eliminated first. I did not see that one coming. And the Snowballs are out.
Absolute heartbreak. The Snowballs once again finished 2nd. And that is the Snowball story as of today. But there are still many more chances for this team to finally win their first major tournament. They're auto-qualified for the 2025 Marble League, and they have as deep of a roster as any team. And Snowy and Snowstorm can hang with any duo in Marbula One. Snowy, Snowstorm, and Snowfall will get most of the credit for turning this team around, but I want to take a moment to praise the absolutely magnificent job by manager Avalanche. They brought in Snowfall and Snowdrift, were willing to move on from the underperforming Snow and Snowflake, and gave Snowy the vote of confidence to be the captain. The Snowballs may not have had the most success historically, but they are right now, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best teams in the world, and that's incredible. We'll have to wait and see if this team can bring home a championship to Halefern. Thank you for watching.